Hello and welcome. My name is Ruth, and this is my channel, Forbidden Practices. Have you ever been to a place where the indigents tell you they forbid certain practices? And have you ever wondered why and how those practices came to be forbidden? If you have, then consider me your
fairy god's babe,
because I investigate such practices and present my findings to you in an entertaining blend of fiction and fact. Today's story comes from the town of Orogun in Ugeli North Local Government Area of Delta State, Nigeria. What do the people of Orogun forbid and why? Let's find out.
In the days when kingdoms rose like morning mist and legends walked in human form, there lived a young Benin prince named Ife. Born of noble blood and forged in fires of war, Ife was a man whose courage was the song of warriors and whose wisdom was the pride of elders. Seeking new horizons, Ife journeyed eastward until he arrived in the rich lands of Ugeli. There, fate opened its hands to him. He met Oriaria, the only daughter of the revered elder Uwa, a woman of striking beauty, grace, and quiet strength. Their union was blessed, and from it came a single child, a daughter named Orogun. Under Ugeli skies, Ife prospered. His farmlands flourished, his household grew, and his reputation as a fearless warrior spread like wildfire. Stories of his bravery drifted across rivers and forests until they reached the kingdom of Abo. When the king of Abo heard of this mighty prince, he saw in Ife the solution to a great trouble that had plagued his kingdom. A relentless warlord general who defied his authority. So the king sent emissaries laden with gifts, praising Ife and urging him to come to Abo. In return for his help, the king promised land, wealth, and honor. Ife deliberated on this. He spoke to Oriaria, but Oriaria, who had never been outside of Ugeli, did not want to go. She was reluctant to leave her people and all she had ever known. But Ife convinced her, and eventually they agreed. Together with his people, his family, and his warriors, Ife migrated to Abo. There, in a battle that shook the earth, Ife conquered the warlord and restored peace to the kingdom. The king was ecstatic. He praised Ife and bestowed upon him all that he had promised and much more. And so, Ife lived happily ever after with his family.
If only that was how things went.
Typical man story. Yes, I know they're going to come for me, but am I lying? Typical man story. You add Vishka, you add power, and suddenly they're on top of the world. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I mean, nothing wrong with exploring opportunities. Nothing wrong with being ambitious. But I believe everything should have boundaries. I mean, the king came to you to help him get rid of a warlord who was not under his authority. How do we know that that warlord did not start out like a thief? You know, apparently, this king is threatened by strong men. But the moral of the story for me is a bird in hand is what two in the bush. Two. That's what I have to say. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments too. If you have stories similar to this that you would like to share, let us know in the comments. And until the next story, it's bye for me.